Title: Election Integrity, Ocean Squad. Once upon a time, in the magical depths of the ocean, there existed a bustling underwater town called Corallopolis. The town was home to a lively community of sea creatures who lived together in harmony, each with their unique personalities and quirks. One day, the news spread like wildfire through Corallopolis. They were going to hold the first ever Oceanopolis-wide election. The sea creatures were thrilled and intrigued by the idea of choosing their representatives through a fair democratic process. In the heart of Corallopolis, there lived a group of quirky and enthusiastic sea creatures known as the Ocean Squad. The squad consisted of Captain Clam, the courageous leader; Sally Seahorse, the eloquent speaker; Nemo Nudibranch, the meticulous organizer; Tina Turtle, the wise mediator; and Benny Bluefish, the tech-savvy problem solver. The Ocean Squad was overjoyed by the prospect of the election and decided to run as candidates. They wanted to make sure that the election process was fun, fair, and silly, just like the sea creatures themselves. As the campaign period began, the Ocean Squad put up vibrant campaign posters with catchy slogans such as, "Vote for Ocean Squad," "We'll flip your fins in delight," and "Together we'll make Corallopolis even more sensational." The other sea creatures were amused by the enthusiasm of the Ocean Squad. As the days went by, more candidates joined the race, each bringing their unique talents to the table. One of the candidates was a forgetful sea turtle named Timmy Turtleton. He kept misplacing his campaign flyers and often found himself swimming in the wrong direction during rallies. Despite his forgetfulness, Timmy's genuine intentions won the hearts of many sea creatures. Then there was Sammy Squid, the artist extraordinaire. Instead of traditional campaign speeches, Sammy entertained the crowds by squirting ink in the water to create colorful and mesmerizing underwater art. Next up was Clara Clownfish, who always had a joke ready for every occasion. Her speeches were full of puns and sea-themed jokes that left everyone in stitches. As the election day approached, the competition became more intense, but the atmosphere remained light-hearted and fun. The sea creatures engaged in friendly debates, silly races, and even an underwater talent show. On the day of the election, Corallopolis Square was decorated with twinkling seaweed lights, and the ballot box was a giant clamshell adorned with colorful ribbons. The sea creatures lined up to cast their votes, and each candidate waited anxiously for the results. The Ocean Squad, Timmy Turtleton, Sammy Squid, and Clara Clownfish all exchanged encouraging smiles and words of support. Finally, the votes were tallied, and Mayor Marlin announced the results. The Ocean Squad won the majority of votes and secured their spots as the elected representatives of Corallopolis. The town erupted into cheers and applause as the Ocean Squad celebrated their victory with a joyful dance-off. Even the other candidates joined in the revelry, realizing that being part of the democratic process was an exciting and rewarding experience in itself. With the Ocean Squad leading the way, Corallopolis became a place of even greater camaraderie and laughter. They organized regular silly competitions, like bubble-blowing contests and seaweed obstacle courses, to keep the town's spirits high. And so, the Election Integrity, Ocean Squad story ended with a message that silliness, laughter, and democracy go hand in hand, making Corallopolis the happiest and most harmonious underwater town in the entire ocean. Part 2. In the days following their election victory, the Ocean Squad got to work on fulfilling their campaign promises. They organized a Clean Up Coral Day, where the entire community came together to tidy up their home and protect the beautiful coral reefs. Captain Clam led the charge, Sally Seahorse gave inspiring speeches about the importance of environmental conservation, Nemo Nudibranch ensured everything was well organized, Tina Turtle mediated any disagreements, and Benny Bluefish used his tech skills to create a recycling program for the town. Corallopolis thrived under the Ocean Squad's leadership. The sea creatures felt more connected than ever before, and the spirit of unity and silliness pervaded every aspect of their lives. One day, while the Ocean Squad was holding their weekly meeting in their colorful underwater headquarters, they received an urgent message from a neighboring town, Aqua Bay. The message stated that Aqua Bay was facing a crisis as their election had been postponed due to some underwater shenanigans. Without hesitation, the Ocean Squad sprang into action. They swam swiftly to Aqua Bay to offer their assistance. Upon arriving, they were greeted by the worried Mayor Marlin of Aqua Bay, who explained the situation. "Mayor Marlin, I don't know what happened. The ballot box was tampered with, and we suspect someone tried to rig the election. We don't have any idea who might be behind this." Captain Clam, "Don't worry, Mayor Marlin. The Ocean Squad is here to help." Sally Seahorse, "We'll get to the bottom of this and ensure that Aqua Bay has a fair and fun election, just like we did in Corallopolis." Nemo Nudibranch, "Let's start by investigating the ballot box and speaking with any witnesses who might have seen something fishy." Tina Turtle, "And don't forget to keep an eye out for any silly clues that might lead us to the culprit." Benny Bluefish, I'll use my tech gadgets to track down any suspicious underwater transmissions. The Ocean Squad split up to cover more ground, each taking on a different part of the investigation. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they encountered numerous amusing encounters and funny situations, including mistaken identities, hilarious alibis, and a series of comical underwater chases. Eventually, their teamwork and determination paid off, and they discovered that the mischief in Aqua Bay was orchestrated by a group of prankster dolphins who thought it would be funny to disrupt the election. With solid evidence in hand, the Ocean Squad confronted the prankster dolphins and kindly convinced them to understand the importance of a fair and honest election. The dolphins, feeling remorseful for their actions, agreed to help Aqua Bay organize a new election, free from any pranks or tampering. The day of the new election in Aqua Bay arrived, and the Ocean Squad stayed to ensure everything went smoothly. They brought their signature silliness and created fun activities for the citizens while they waited to cast their votes. The citizens of Aqua Bay were inspired by the Ocean Squad's dedication and unity, and they turned out in record numbers to vote. The election was a great success, and Aqua Bay elected its representatives with a sense of pride and excitement. As the Ocean Squad bid farewell to Aqua Bay and swam back to Coralopolis, they knew that they had made new friends and strengthened their bond with neighboring communities. Back in Coralopolis, the Ocean Squad continued to lead their town with laughter, integrity, and a love for silliness. Their influence spread far and wide, and other underwater towns began to take inspiration from their democratic and fun-loving approach. And so, the legend of the Election Integrity Ocean Squad grew throughout the ocean, a story of how a group of silly sea creatures brought harmony, laughter, and democracy to their underwater world, one flip of a fin at a time. Part 3. Word of the legendary Ocean Squad and their triumphs in Coralopolis and Aqua Bay spread like wildfire throughout the ocean. Sea creatures from all corners of the underwater world started seeking their help and guidance for their own elections. One day, the Ocean Squad received an urgent message from the mystical town of Mermaidia, known for its enchanting mermaids and mischievous mermen. The message was delivered by a quirky seahorse messenger named Sparkles, who was notorious for his crazy dance moves. Sparkles, hey, Ocean Squad. The election in Mermaidia is about to begin, and we need your help pronto. Our ballot box has gone missing, and we suspect it's the work of the infamous Bubble Bandits. Captain Clam, fear not, Sparkles. The Ocean Squad is always up for a zany adventure. We'll dive right in and track down those Bubble Bandits. Sally Seahorse, but of course, our silliness and integrity will prevail. Nemo Nudibranch, let's start by following the trail of bubbles that the Bubble Bandits left behind. Tina Turtle, and keep an eye out for any silly signs or secret passages they might have used. Benny Bluefish, I'll deploy my extreme underwater surveillance system to spot those mischievous bandits. With Sparkles leading the way, the Ocean Squad embarked on their wildest and most exhilarating adventure yet. Mermaidia was a land of vibrant colors, swirling currents, and magical singing rocks. As they investigated, the Ocean Squad encountered amusing distractions at every turn. Mischievous mermen played pranks on them by tickling their tails, and curious mermaids invited them to join a synchronized swimming competition. But nothing deterred the determined Ocean Squad. They danced with the mermaids, matched the mermen's pranks with their own silliness, and raced through underwater mazes with giggling jellyfish. As they got closer to the Bubble Bandits' hideout, the ocean became filled with giant bubbles, rainbow-colored seaweed, and an orchestra of laughing sea creatures. The Bubble Bandits had set up a zany amusement park, hoping to throw the Ocean Squad off their trail. However, the Ocean Squad's unshakable integrity and friendship kept them focused. They navigated the wackiest roller coasters, swung on trapeze vines, and even tamed mischievous sea clowns, all while never losing sight of their mission. Finally, after a series of hilarious escapades, the Ocean Squad confronted the Bubble Bandits in their bubble-filled lair. The Bubble Bandits were a trio of giggling octopuses, known for their love of all things bubbly and silly. Captain Clam, Bubble Bandits, it's time to face the music. Hand over the missing ballot box. Bubble Bandit number 1, oh, no. You caught us, but we didn't mean any harm. We just wanted to create the biggest bubble party ever. Bubble Bandit number 2, yeah, we thought it would be a fun way to celebrate the election. Bubble Bandit number 3, we promise not to cause any more mischief. Here's your ballot box. With the Bubble Bandits' shenanigans at an end, the Ocean Squad and the Bubble Bandits decided to turn their encounter into a super silly, extreme, and zany bubble party. They blew bubbles of all sizes, performed daring bubble stunts, and even had a bubble dance-off. The laughter and joy echoed through Mermaidia, bringing smiles to the faces of every sea creature present. From that day on, Mermaidia adopted the Ocean Squad's fun-loving approach to elections, and the entire underwater world began to emulate their zany spirit. Silly dance-offs, bubble parties, and extreme underwater competitions became the norm, making the ocean a happier and more connected place. And so, the legend of the Election Integrity Ocean Squad continued, not only as the saviors of democracy but also as the bringers of silliness, unity, and extreme underwater fun. The Ocean Squad's legacy lived on, reminding everyone that, in the vastness of the ocean, there was always room for a flippered dance, a splash of laughter, and a splash-tastic adventure. The end, or rather, the beginning of many more zany escapades for the Ocean Squad.